Welcome back to another episode or to the next episode of the German historical campaign. Um, it's been a while, but I've been dealing with some things, finals, school, a little thing called graduating high school, all of that stuff. But we're back, we're ready to go, and we're here to take stock again. If you hear the fan in the background, I apologize, but it's pretty warm in here. Anyway, last episode we went to war with the Brits, and that went very very poorly, as most of my fleet is sunk right here. So didn't go well, but we can live. We can come back from it. We still have 151 ships. However, um, the three battleships that we have left, excuse me, are all being repaired. But we'll be back in the fight very soon, and we're also building some ships here and everything. Our unrest is at 52, and our naval prestige is -80, which is not good. But we have a lot of funds to play with. So we're gonna go into research. I unclicked everything just because I'm gonna try and refocus on some things. So maneuver warfare, I want to focus on. I want to focus on special machinery, and I want to focus on boilers. Um, Engines, that'll be done in 2 months. Gun layouts, not. Gun layout's not important because I've designed all the ship classes. So this really isn't important. If I want to refit anything, well, I guess actually, if I've built all of the ships, then I don't really need this because I'm not doing any refits either. How they are is how they are. That as well. So that I need, yes, and I'm gonna go underwater acoustics. Just just in case. Um, and that's it for that. So we have a lot of money to deal with. So we're gonna bolster our transportation, and we're gonna see if we can bolster our crew training. Yes, we can. And we're still way, way below what we need. So what are our politics looking like at the moment? We're still in the alliance with Italy. Most hated country is France right now. And France is one of the most powerful. Um, so I don't know if we want to pick a fight with them. I really don't know if we want to pick a fight with anybody. Maybe Austria-Hungary or Japan. Like, but they're at war with China, and they're about to go to war with these two. Well, you're about to go to war with France. But we like Japan at the moment. Could go to war with Spain, but Spain's usually a tough thing. I love how I'm wanting to go to war. No, no, we just need to get through this year. We just need to rebuild. So we're gonna move on to 1943, episode 4, third year of the campaign. Fourth year of the campaign. 1940, 1941, 1942, 1943. Yes, fourth year of the campaign. And we'll see what we can do here. Try to rebuild the fleet, because that would be very helpful. So we have some tensions. Ooh, large industrialists proposed a redistribution of the government's budget in the favor of the industrial sector at the expense of the Army and Navy budgets. What is your reaction? I want to try and get these numbers up. So I feel like that's the right answer. Ooh. Spanish state is offering a trade agreement, which it turns out to be more profitable for them than us. It is promoted as a safety feature measure for the future, securing our current good relations. If we refuse it, it will surely affect our relations negatively. Should we accept it? We do not need the Spanish state as a friend. Some new technologies in torpedo size. There's the underwater acoustics. Japan war transport losses, no tension. We simply ignored China. Some other special army operations. All right. Yeah, we got a little bit more of our ships repaired. The 3 battleships, or the battleships, I guess. Well, 2 of them are actual battleships. This one, yes. Scharnhorst. Her sister was lost, so we did lose Gneisenau. But crucially, these 2 are fine. Crucially, if I lose the Bismarck and Tirpitz, those are the flagships until the H-class battleships come in. And if they go down before the H-class I think I can actually resume these. Yeah, let me see if I can resume these. What it affects my money. Yeah, it does. Okay, so I can resume them, and I have the shipbuilding capability as well to hold them perfectly. Great. Did I? Interesting. I don't know why you're not. I must have refit it. I said I wasn't going to. I'm not going to. I guess that's a blank in judgment. Oops. Anyway, so we can undo that. Why not? Just, research whatever we need to. Sweden's going against the British Empire. Finland's going against Sweden. And half of Finland is gone. So, that's that. So that's a lot of oil. But Iceland, currently, I believe, is friends with somebody. Why does China have so many allies? Golly. Why? I have no friends. Why is China hogging all the friends? Netherlands, the Ottomans, the Colombia, Greece, Canada, Argentina, and Brazil. Jeesh, and they're at war with the Japanese and kicking their butt right now. That didn't really negatively affect the Spanish-state relations that much. This episode's probably going to be a boring episode unless something big happens, like a conquest or something. But we will be getting these 3 ships next turn. Back in fighting condition. Blah, 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 blah. All right, you can tell it's been a while since I've done this. Anyway, so we have 155 ships. After that, I don't remember what the number was before. But yeah, military conflict. Ooh, I see that. There's civil unrest in the United States that is mentioned in several newspapers. Journalists ask your opinion about this. I don't want to piss off the British because I just got out of a war with them. I also don't want... See, none of this is good for... I know nothing about it. Excessive naval expenditures for the Soviet Union. And for Italy. New technology. Okay, transport losses. Tension increase. So the Soviet Union provoked us. Japan was defeated. Yada yada. I want to know what this military conflict is. Oh? Why? Is Poland attacking this? Who are you attacking? I think they're attacking Palau. Which is where... okay. Okay, so how much tonnage do I have? How much do I need? Good lord. Oh, okay. Yeah, Prussia's in an outrage. I'm gonna move the fleet out entirely. I just don't know where to put them. Because Wilhelmshaven. So we'll put the 2 Bismarck ships together. We're gonna move everybody out because there's no way in heck that I'll be able to get that many that much tonnage. I have barely half that in total tonnage. So bigger navies than I could probably resist that. Me, I'm just gonna run. So things have just gotten worse for the German Empire. And there's nothing I can really do about it. I can't fight back on it. Oh, I can't fight back. So, gee, why are you building 83? Your hunger's not even supposed to exist. I think if we want to attack someone, if we were to attack someone, if we were to go to war with them, I'd say the Spaniards. So I'm gonna actually I'm gonna increase the tension on the Spaniards because they're closer. They're right here. And if I could take southern Spain or the Balearic Islands, gets me a foothold in the Mediterranean. If I take Western Sahara or Equatorial Guinea, gets me a foothold in Africa. Gets some territories back in Africa. So that's what we'll do there. There's nothing else really I can do here. Armor quality. Maybe. Why not? Why not? It's just, with us already building all of the ships, like, with these ships being the last of what needed to be built, it sucks that we can't build anything else because we can't really replace our losses that fast. But that's also the point of this campaign, was to see how viable it was. Now, in real life, a loss like that, yeah, they would be building more ships to kind of replace everything. But, of course, they never got the chance, so we're going to have to work with what we have. In real life, though, they would replace these ships. Most likely with a bunch of smaller ships, and not, if we lose Gneisenau, they're not going to replace Gneisenau with a Scharnhorst-class battleship. If you lose a Bismarck-class battleship, you're not going to replace a Bismarck-class battleship. I mean, they didn't, but it's, we'll go with what I have already. The original premise of the campaigns. Tensions, ships damaged by mines, transport losses from Italy, the British Empire is at war with Italy? So the Spanish insult did work. Is Britain at war with Italy? They are. Huh. They're at war with our allies. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Austria-Hungary's making a move on Romania. How's this going? That's gonna fail. That's gonna fail. That's gonna succeed. Sucks that I'm losing Peru, and then I'm losing Prussia. But there's not much I can do. Like, I can't increase tension again, can I? Nope. What sucks is that most of this is... we're not matched at all. I have more than them, but that's just because I have 99 U-boats. So why is there a low crew? I'm going to add crew. Oh! How much crew do we have, actually? We have 4,000. Okay. Yeah, we're not bleeding cash. Everything's at 100%. We're not bleeding cash. Research is going fine. Fine enough, I guess. I don't like seeing big numbers, so I'll do that. Not that it'll matter. Move on to April. Like I said, guys, gonna be a boring episode. But this is a rebuild, I guess, or the taking stock. Maybe that's what I'll name the episode. Taking stock. Maybe, I don't know. Or just more bad news because we're losing Prussia. Excessive naval expenditures by France. New technology. Ships damaged. Transport losses. Trade agreement. Chile with the United States. Portugal maintains control. Army losses. That's that. Yeah. We're gonna assault the Spaniards again. Just because I feel like if there's anybody here that I can actually take on, it would be the Austro-Hungarians, the Austro-Hungarians, the Spanish, or the Japanese. But the Japanese are way too far away. Like, right? Like, I'm here. Japan's fighting a mess with China over here. And to be honest, I don't want to get into this. So, with China especially. I don't want to get into that. Because, what are my things with China? So I am, yeah, but they have that, all of that. And the Netherlands are right there. So that could be a problem. You know? So these are about done. The new battle cruisers and the new heavy cruisers are about done. So those, we have those coming for us. In 3 months, they'll be finished building, plus, I don't know, 3 or so months for commissioning, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. This is going to be a bit of a boring episode unless something else happens. But, you know, I mean, that's what happens. Attention. Several of our countries' shipbuilding. Whoa. Several of our countries' shipbuilding industries are constructing warships for third world countries. No, we're not. Okay. What is my opinion? Any business cooperation with third world countries improves our bilateral relations and strengthens with all of that. See, I like that, but it's unrest. I'll take the risk by pissing everybody off, because then I improve the numbers. I really want to try and get these numbers as much as possible. Or, well, this up, this down as much as possible. The Ottoman Empire territory been conquered by Bulgaria. Relations improved, and they were ignored. Spain ignored us. Border change. Poland's being very attacker-esque. They have a warship? If I send out a fleet, will it start to take them out? Hold on. Let's move the Hiffer, the Blucher, the Eugen, the Colon, and the... You know, let's just move everybody here. I want to see if it actually puts up a fight. Like, I want to start a fight. See if I can attack Poland. Let's get some interesting stuff in here, you know? And then... Guess I'll make the Austro-Hungarians mad. Yeah, why not? Why not? You're not supposed to exist anyway. There, nothing much to do there. Let's see if I initiate a fight with Poland, if I send those warships in. Because I don't know if it'll actually induce a fight. Doesn't look like it. Oh! Oh! National British Empire Revolution! Unrest is becoming uncontrollably high in the British Empire. Government's been overthrown. Ooh. There's more tension. Excessive naval expenditures from Austria-Hungary. War between France and Japan. Transport losses. Trade agreement Mexico and the United States. Tension with Austria-Hungary. Ooh. But the numbers went back down. Crap. Does this not induce a fight? I'm in sea control. I want sea control. I want them to fight. I want something good to happen. So let's look at the British. So it's now Britain. It's not the British Empire anymore. It's now just Britain. Interesting. And the flag is different. So the naval flag is much different. Used to be this. Now it's this. Huh. How's these going? That's gonna fail. That's getting better. That's gonna fail. Iraq on Ottoman Empire. The British on the Italians. France and Japan is an interesting move, I guess. How long until 1 month? 1 month. So next month, July of 1943. July of 1943, we will have the battle cruisers. Attention. Replaced. Okay, technology. Gun layout, shells, process. Belgium signed it with the Spanish state. Yeah. So we changed the borders now, so now we won't be able to fight. So we can pull everybody back now. You're welcome, Poland. Poland's being very, very. I don't know what the word is. All right, how much till commissioning? What? Ah. Not enough in the crew pool. Ah, I see. I see. So these are 2 months, these are 3 months. Okay, so now it's just people. Okay. And that every month will increase, so that'll be fine. We'll be fine with that. So we'll go to August. There's not really much I can do here. The unrest just went up, the naval prestige just went down. So the entire point of this episode is not going well. But we got new ships. Things are just not going well for us because there's no one really to fight. Denmark with us, I think? Oh. See, I don't remember what I said about minor nations warship trade. I don't remember what I said. So I'm going to say yes for now, and if I need to go back on it, I can. I can always just delete them and cancel them. Army losses. Buy a used ship. No. 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 I am not. No. We're not buying a used ship. All right, so these will be commissioned. Commission. Just need to add the crew here. How much crew is there? How many people are in the actual pool at the moment? 80? Sheesh. Okay, so the other 2 ships will be on mothballed here in the next month. And everybody will be in commissioning. Oh, I've been forgetting to increase tension with the Austro-Hungarians and the Spanish. Whoops. Romania just beat Austria-Hungary. Hey, dogs barking all over the place. Barking up the wrong tree. Anyway, we got a lot of money to work with. Jeez. Strengthening, I guess. Armor forgery, I guess. Turret mechanisms, I guess. I don't know what to do there. But all the ships should not be mothballed anymore. Yep. So in 2 months, all of the built ships will be in, and we'll have some battle cruisers, and we'll have all that. So then it's just the 5 H-class battleships. And then that is the entirety of the fleet built. Minus the losses that we've made along the way up to this point. Soviet Union. As for losses, Pakistan with Japan. Britain against Italy. Austria-Hungary's getting pissed off again. That's good. Japan is attacking against the Netherlands. Oh dear. Okay. More rebellions and everything. Here, you know. Increase tension with the Spanish state, especially with Belgium there. That'll be helpful. Gosh, this is like really, really boring episode, so I'm just gonna get to the end of it because yeah, I think this episode will be called Taking Stock. I read this destroyer down here, and I read Kamikaze, not Kawazi, or Kawawazi, or something like that. I read Kamikaze. I'm like, why would you name a destroyer Kamikaze? Oh well. Ships damaged by mines, transport losses, trade agreement in Romania with the Spanish state. No, no, no. Yeah, why not? My shipyards aren't really doing much anyway. Good. Keep making the Spaniards and the Austro-Hungarians mad. At this point, I just need to fight with somebody a lot weaker than I am. And those are the two nations at this point that are the weakest amongst everybody else. So, yeah. And they're both really, really close. And they're both in the Mediterranean. And if I can get a foothold in the Mediterranean, that'd be nice. So that was the last turn. That was the last turn click of the video. Take some stock here. We'll see what comes up. Tension. Okay. Ships damage. Transport losses. Another destroyer. Why not? Tension increase with the Austro-Hungarians. Efforts to improve have failed. Have lost their homelands. Chile is gone. Soviet Union is mad at Britain. Italy gains Gibraltar. What? Well, that's a free Gibraltar passage. As long as I stay friends with Italy, I'm in and out. Oh, nice. All right. Don't have to worry about the Brits. Piss off the Spanish. See what the finances are like. All right, not bad. Okay. Ship design, can't really do anything there. 10 months, 10 months, 11, 11, 11. And then these are other nations. Okay. And then submarines should be all repaired, all built. And that's all 101 of them. Okay. So, thank you for watching this, albeit boring, episode. But, I feel the campaign starting to come to a close. Maybe, if something doesn't happen drastically. I don't know when I'm going to end this campaign, probably when I'm satisfied with it. I'm testing out some other things. There's a YouTuber that does Ultimate Dreadnoughts videos. It's Stealth 17 Gaming. Had an idea for a battleship only. A battleship only campaign. He uses the U.S. in that. If I were to do that, and I think I might want to do that, I would actually use Japan for that. So I'm thinking about that campaign. I'm also thinking about doing a Star Trek inspired campaign with the United States. But yeah, I want to finish this one first, and then we'll do all that. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully something more interesting happens in the year 1944. And yeah, thanks for watching, and goodbye.